What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another replay analysis. This one is of Guiilo, I think is how you say it, or Guiilo. Guiilo, there we go. Guiilo is how it's pronounced, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we're going to get right into this replay analysis. He got this through patreon.com/Gibbs00. Just like, you know, all the other ones we've seen before. He's did the replay tier, which is usually sold out throughout the month, but people swap in and out throughout the month. So just keep checking the Patreon if you want to get in on it for the next months. There's also, you know, coaching, free play, and just some bonus videos there as well if you want to check them out. But yeah, on that note, we're just going to get right into it. He is a rising star. He's playing with his teammate, Challenger 3, and they were using Curse Voice. He's had some more success in the previous seasons. Was All-Star last season, Champion the season before that, close to Platinum the season before that. So he's had some more success before. But yeah, let's get right into it. Let's go back to the face-off. So this is a pretty good face-off for him. One thing to note is this is why sometimes that fast kickoff on the diagonal is actually not the best play in the world. See from Erebus here. He gets this fast kickoff. The problem is he lands right as he hits the ball. He also doesn't hit the ball all that well, which I actually want to go back into it right when the face-off happens. So he actually turns to the left of the ball. Now this is making it so you're not really blocking the ball from going forward towards your end. Like, see how he lands right there? He gets the first tap, which actually hurts him because now the ball is further away from him. And if the other guy doesn't go for the fast kickoff, it's going right directly at him because he's coming from his diagonal. Plus the blue car here, he's just way too far to the left. He's not guarding his own side of the field at all. So this ball is going to shoot really, really hard out the other way and turn into a scoring chance for Guiilo. And works out here really well for him. This is a really tough play for Juice. Really nice kickoff. The problem is Guiilo, so this play's tough. He might be, like, right here, if he breaks and comes back around the ball, he might be able to make a play, but I think he's trusting in his teammate to come around. Maybe his teammate called him off. I do like the boost grab, but he kind of second-guessed himself for a little bit too long here. And let's go to his teammate, actually, just to see how he comes at this ball. He goes at this ball way too high. Like, at this point, I would be boosting and then flip, so you can get a little bit more speed. But then he actually just goes really on top of the ball. Actually turns into a really bad play. Luckily for Guiilo, he does make up for the play with just barely getting back in time. And that's right after he grabs this boost. He uses some boost and then uses the flip to gain that extra speed. Just barely making that save, which is a really good play. Plus it hits the post, which is always going to throw off the other guy. Obviously, it's probably not his intention, but it did work out pretty well. Again, here his teammate gets really on top of the ball and just makes a really poor hit when he could have started to push that into the corner. So another really poor hit from his teammate here. Definitely got to get better connection. And then this play's just weird for Guiilo because Erebus, he went up and hit it awkwardly, followed by a second awkward hit, followed by Erebus actually getting somewhat of a dunk on it because the hit was so strange. And Guiilo was not expecting that at all. He was expecting it to not be that type of challenge at all, which is understandable. But you just got to be careful when two guys are clustered up like that. I usually give them a little bit more space when you can. And right there, it just didn't work out. Now, this play is not the worst play in the world. I would prefer him to not throw it directly in front of his net. Right here when he jumps, he can easily fly around this ball and just lightly tap it right into the corner, and it wouldn't be a problem. He goes for the other option of actually trying to surprise the other guy coming in because he expects that the other guy is going to come in for the shot. So he tries to just hit it as hard as he can off of it and basically make the other guy react to the ball hit, like, or it goes over his head. So here he just hits as hard as he can, which actually does work because Erebus is challenging really hard, and he makes him try and, like, fight it off, and Erebus could not get the connection that he wanted. Now, that's a super dangerous play because, say, the other guy isn't coming in that hard and is waiting for that rebound, then it turns into an easier shot. But it was a good guess by Guiilo, and at that time, that's probably the only thing he had after he jumped. which again, I would prefer you not throw in front of your own net, but if you have to, you have to. It's better off trying to throw it to the side. Now this play's tough. Look, this play actually works out pretty well for him. This pass opportunity, like he wants to get this to the middle as soon as possible. Problem is, you don't want to throw it to the right side. Like throw it as fast as you can sideways, because then your teammate has no chance of making the play. Which is what's going to happen here. The ball's actually pinned up against the wall, so it's actually usually 9 times out of 10, like you're going to pinch this and it's going to shoot to the side, and there's really no play. Because it is a wide open net, but he has no options here. He actually does get a pretty nice pinch off the wall that actually bounces it off the wall and goes to the middle, which is actually a really, really nice play. His teammate kind of just flubbing this one as well. So the teammate was looking for that fast right pinch, because that's the usual play here. It probably wouldn't have worked, but Guiilo might have been able to squeeze it out to the right softly. But here instead he goes for this back play. Problem is his teammate was already pushing to the other side, because, you know, like you expect that play to come out right in front of the net. And then he just doesn't really attack this ball at all. Not sure if he doesn't have boost, which I'm going to go back and see if he has boost at any point here. So we go back here. He's kind of just hovering around, maybe with 0 boost for a really long time. I'm going to go back even further. Look again, he's in some light hits here, not really doing much. I assume at this point probably has no boost, but he never goes to pick up any, not even a welfare boost, which generally when you're driving on the ground, you want to be trying to drive over those little boost pads. Because sometimes you want to be in position for a play, so you don't have a chance to go for the big boost pads. But there's so many small boost pads everywhere that you should have plenty of time to at least grab one of those on your paths. Which is why that play where he goes for the boost, or goes for the jump shot, it really didn't do anything because he didn't have any boost. Here's a good play. Like when the ball is rolling back to you, like this is like one of your best options, is to chip it and then immediately follow up and try and get some secondary touches here. That last touch is probably not needed at this point. He goes up, he gets his first touch, brings it up a little bit higher. Problem is the goalie hasn't come out yet, so that touch might not have necessarily been needed. But then it's looking like it's just going to be top shelf shot. He does get one more touch on it and just puts it a little bit high. Like, I do like going for these touches, and he probably needed to with the other guy coming in for the save. It was kind of hard to tell if there was going to be a save. Just, he hit it maybe a little too high, which is basically just like you're going at the ball maybe a little bit too fast instead of trying to lightly tap it when you need to. He tried to push it forward maybe a little bit too fast rather than just trying to keep the elevation of the ball at a certain height. Because he didn't really have to hit it any faster than he did, but it happens. It was a missed shot. There's not much to that. Plays like that will happen. This play, he's just trying to throw it center. Now, in twos, if I was king here, I would not go for this ball. Sometimes you just have to give up on a passing play. Like, this passing play is right to 2 goalies, and when king sees this, he should be trying to leave. Like right here, you're not going to win this ball. It's hard for him to see because he doesn't see a Rebus coming in. But once a Rebus comes in, you just have to give up on that play and leave. Instead, he's just like randomly diving at some of these balls when he doesn't have the best opportunity for a shot. And you have to be really careful in that in twos because if you're that aggressive, you're going to have some troubles. So here's a good play by Guiilo. He does kind of inch forward to the front of the net, which is probably not the best play. He should have tried to leave as soon as he goes for this pass. Like right here, when he lands, he should be hightailing it out because he's like, it's not a great pass. It's going right to the goalies. He should have been hightailing it out. He does inch forward. Luckily, the blue side doesn't really counter it all that well, so it's fine. This hit's okay. He has more time than he thinks here. He throws it maybe too hard to a wall. What you want to do is control the ball, maybe hit it lightly into your own corner, and you can follow up behind it, maybe grab that boost and then bring it up the wall. Instead, he just kind of throws it extremely hard off his wall, which actually turns into a center play for the blue side. Luckily, Juice misses, and it turns out okay in this instance. But usually when you have that much time and you don't want to give the ball back up, then you want to throw it lightly to your corner so you can keep ball possession and not have to worry about those wall plays when it was not needed at all. Here, he's just being patient. Like, he knows his teammate just rotated behind him, so he should be okay to move out. He moves out when he needs to. Great clear there. This is a waste of a play. Like, you're not going to get much from this. Even if he does tap that, there is a goalie waiting. As you can see, like right here, like Arribas is like already in net. So even if he lightly taps this, it really does nothing, and he just wasted all his boost, and now is way out of position. His best bet was he had plenty of time again. Like, after this clear, Juice is out of the play. Like, he just got punted, and Arribas is going to circle back to net. Worst case scenario, like, if you do take your time and you didn't realize that Arribas is coming up, he's going to hit the ball to the side, and then King can make the next play. It's not the end of the world. Instead, he flies for this. There's really no reason for it when he could have maybe had a quality shot, like if he just stayed on the ground and waited for that ball to come down, or at least he could have attacked it to the corner and set up a passing play. Now, here's another play. He goes for the block. Now, here, like, he wants to waste time. His other guy is backflipping back to his zone, basically, and so he's probably not ready for a defensive save yet. So you want to waste time here. This is exactly how you do not waste time. You don't want to throw the ball back to the middle, slowly roll into the other team. What you want to do here is try and pin that ball along the wall or throw it back in their corner if possible. Instead, he kind of just goes up early on this play. Like, he turns around probably the wrong way. He probably could have handbrake turned and been in a better spot. But he turns to the right and then realizes I'm kind of out of the play. He jumps while he's completely still, which is not really fantastic, and then just throws it to the middle. He probably shouldn't have even flipped. His best bet here, like, once he jumps there, use a tiny bit of boost, maybe tap it towards the other team just to avoid juice. But don't do the flip. Don't throw it all the way to Arribas. At least get the tap, and then you can probably challenge that next ball. That's one of the really important things to do is when you're trying to fight off some plays from the other team, don't just throw the ball away from your own car. Hit it lightly, and then be around for that second touch in case, like, the other team is trying for something. It could work out really well. This play right here, pretty good dunk, actually. Well, it wasn't even a dunk. Arribas just completely whiffed. This turns into an okay pass. Like, this is one of those surprising plays that might throw Juice off, and that's why King goes. But King's been going for all of them anyway, so it's not, like, I expect King to go at that point. It didn't work out for him. It was 50-50. Nothing really happened to it. Just spinning around in net. I'm fine with that. He has his teammate to help him out. Now, this area is a lot better. This one's definitely more needed. The other guy is also up in the air here, so I'm going to go to fly view real quick just to see how this play actually unfolds. We'll go 25% as well. Let's see. So we got Juice and Guiilo going up for the same ball. Now, Juice is taking his sweet, sweet time to aerial, and you can see here that Guiilo is up and boosting already, and Juice is finally starting to boost. This ball's even going towards Juice, and he still whiffs on it because of how long he took. It was a good play by Guiilo to try and just annoy on that and not have a shot come out from the other team, but that's a really bad play by Juice. We'll actually go to Juice in a second here once this ball slowly goes in the net. Let's go over to Juice and see what happened here and why this play didn't work out. See, right here, he's waiting for the play. Like, he's following up behind his teammate, which is a smart play here, probably, because it doesn't look like a good pass opportunity is coming. And the ball does spill out towards Juice. Right here, though, he gets confused. He actually drives forward once again, which he probably didn't have to do. Now the ball is actually going to go, like, over his head. He just hesitates way too much. Right here, it's hard to tell exactly how this ball is going to come off the ceiling, obviously. But once that first hit happens, this is when he has to be jumping already. He takes that extra little time, and that's why Guiilo wins it. Plus, when you're right underneath the ball, it's actually harder to make plays. So what you have to do is jump up extremely quickly and at least just try and get a touch. You don't necessarily have to go for a shot, but it would help if you just get a touch on that. But good play by Guiilo there, making the goal, shooting it over the player. And that's, like, one way to score in twos. It's going to come down to, can you beat that second man? Like, are you both going to go up? And if you can win it cleanly, you can get some of these free goals. So far, that's the only goal that's been in this game. Every time that there's, like, a goalie, it hasn't really worked out. So Sometimes that's just how those goals happen. It's just free goals in 2v2. This play could have been probably a shot. This is actually a really, really bad play by Juice once again. Going towards the positional game. Like, it's a bad pass by Arebus here. Because it just falls right up to the goalie. Whenever you see a ball slowly roll into your opposing side's goalie, and it's about to bounce, get the hell out of there. Juice is trying to attack that ball still, and now he finally turns around. Like, that would have been a goal if that was on target. Really bad positioning by Juice. He should have been way further back once he saw that pass was not great. Because whenever there's a pass and it goes into, like, the 6-yard box, it's not going to work out, and you should just leave at that point. So here we get a good pass. Like, that's a much better pass than the previous ones that we've seen out of the red squad. Most of the other passes have been in the 6-yard to 18-yard box, but on the ground. So the goalie's just cleared. But if you can get it in the air, then it forces them to at least use boost. And they probably won't get a shot off either. So you can be a little bit more aggressive, like King is here. King goes up. He doesn't make the play. Juice gets the hit, but both blue players go up for it, and now this just turns into an easy goal for Guiilo. Like, these are the passes that you want to use. Make the opposition panic and fly in the air. Like, Arebus right there should never have jumped for that ball. That's definitely Juice's ball. He should have just been waiting for the next hit. But Guiilo does a good job, makes the pass in place, starts falling back, but doesn't fall back all the way, because once they're in the air, they're not going to get as great of a hit. And he just counters on the juicy rebound that they give up. And again, right here, this is a good face-off by Guiilo. He's not going super fast at this face-off, but again, like Arebus is trying for that really fast kickoff, and Guiilo just reads it and just completely destroys that kickoff, which is really good. And the problem is because like Arebus is trying to hit the ball away from his car. Like, instead of following behind the ball where he can get that second touch. When you get the first touch, you want to generally still be behind the ball, so when it does hit the opposing player's car, then you can get another hit off of it as well. But he's not really doing that. He's kind of just throwing the ball away from his car, which is not really working out. It's worked out to be a really good pass. Oh, Juice is just having a really, really rough game. Here, Guiilo's just waiting. Now, this play's tough, like off the wall. He's trying to read Arebus, but like Arebus just never makes a play. This is a dangerous play. He probably doesn't have to do this. They're up 2-0 with 49 seconds left. So sometimes it's better to look at the clock rather than the actual game situation. And sometimes, hey, like you're up 2 at 49 seconds, make them beat you maybe. Maybe fall back a little bit further. Like instead of going for this hard challenge because you're not sure exactly how it's going to go. King also makes a secondary challenge, which he doesn't have to do either. He should just be falling back as well. He should have never been there for that play. And it turned into a really good pass to Juice, but Juice just whiffs on that ball. Juice having a really rough game here. He's falling behind his teammate there. The pass comes out. Now, this is just... That's just panic. He has so much time. He had all the time in the world. He could have waited for that ball to bounce an extra time if he wanted to line it up better. But just a complete whiff doesn't really work out for him. And that will go back to Guiilo. King going for the pass. Oh, that should be a goal. Ooh, just barely not. So 30 seconds left. Again, like this one I would go for, though, because, like, it's a really good pass. Both the guys go up the wall, both on blue side. He just gets too much of an angle on it. Just kind of a missed shot there. He was just a little too far back. Probably going to turn into an open goal. Yep, there it is. And that's the problem. Like, 28 seconds left. Do you attack this? Like, if you're not confident that that's going to go in, hit it lightly at least. One thing to do on plays like this is if you just get your wheels on the ball, like maybe if he doesn't go for this flip, like he doesn't really need that flip at all. He might actually have a goal if he doesn't flip here. Plus, the flip actually puts more velocity behind the ball when it's wide open nets, so you don't really need any speed on this hit. And the worst case scenario is you hit it off the wall and then the ball shoots out even further for a breakaway for blue, and that's what happened here. So sometimes it's better off to just not use your flip. Just try and hit it a little bit softer on those wide open angles. Even if it's a tough angle, then at least the ball doesn't spill out extremely far. Right there, it kind of cost them. And now there's 18 seconds left, and again, I would go for the more passive play. Here, good pressure there. Plus, it was still good pressure on the goalie, but I would just be very careful of his teammate. Like King keeps coming out for no reason here. Like at this point, One, Guiilo should not be over like in this corner at this point. He should be leaving immediately. I see he's going for the boost. So he grabs the boost at least, but he should have been leaving a little bit sooner. And now it's a little bit hectic, but I like that he didn't challenge there. Let them try and beat you when possible. And looks like the ball will probably fall shortly. King might get a little extra goal here. Almost, but that's where the ball falls. But I'm going to go back to King with, what was it, like 6 seconds left. Just making a really, really bad play once again. All right, so there's 12 seconds left. There is no reason why he is on this side of the field at all. You should be on your own side of the field. You should not be trying to score a goal at this point. With 10 seconds left, you just want to waste as much time as possible. There's really no play here for him. Like, the ball's not even close to him, and he goes through this challenge. Like, Arribas is already in the air about to hit the ball, and then King jumps. This is a terrible play with 8 seconds left when you have a goal lead. Just let Arribas hit that ball right to you, and you clear it back, and then you're perfectly set, and you don't even have to do anything. Instead, King does that play. Now, Guiilo has to make a last-second save, which was definitely not needed. And that's just what, like, I see from a lot of players, even pros sometimes, is just clock management is just awful. Like, they don't realize that you don't have to keep that pressure up. Let them just hit the ball to you. Like, they're going to start panicking on the other side of the field because they know they have to push the ball forward as soon as possible because they need a goal desperately. So sometimes you can just wait for them to hit the ball right to you. And at the same time, like, it's good to keep the pressure when you can. But if it's risky at all, even if it's like a 20% risk, I would not even bother doing it. Let them bring the ball to you and make a more safer play if possible. But that'll do it, guys, for this replay analysis of Guiilo. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Guiilo. Thank you guys so much on Patreon. You guys are the best. I'm recording this the day before Thanksgiving. So, yeah, I'm actually going to put this up today. So I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to all you guys in the States. And we'll see you later on this month. I'm going to be doing a lot of giveaways. I'm going to try and figure out a way for the holiday season to do giveaways with Patreon people, with Twitch people, and with YouTube people. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work yet, but I'm going to try and do a lot of giveaways because I want to give back to you guys for supporting me so much throughout the season. And, yeah, thanks so much, guys. Check out the LAN. I actually leave in 2 days for that. It should be a lot of fun next weekend, RLCS in Amsterdam. So, once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Later.